Sheldon, just your overall thoughts on today's game.
Not very good.
As far as this last little stretch, what do you think has maybe changed from when you guys were so hot to the last 7 or 8 games?
Well, when you're hot, everything goes your way. All the bounces go your way, goals go your way. When you're not hot, nothing goes your way. I mean, we had a ton of chances today. We're all over the net. You know, just couldn't get it to fall in for us. So when it's not going for you offensively, you can't spot teams' leads. And we had a very poor start today, obviously, and spotted them. Let a guy get in behind us for a breakaway, take a penalty. And it's 2-0 like that. I thought we played a pretty good second period and somehow come out of that one again where they win the period. Now we're down 3. Like the fact that we scored early and played with some life and energy in the third period. That's a good sign. The biggest difference is that we've played from behind in almost all of these games. And when we were winning games consistently, we were leading virtually the entire game all the way through. We're a much different hockey team when we have to play from behind. So that's something we obviously have to take care of. But that's just the ebbs and flows of the season. It's the way it goes. We got to find our way out of it.
Power play seems to be struggling. Is that just personnel, missing guys like Kapanen and Altonen, or do you think there's more to it there?
Well, the power play struggled all season. The power play's never been a strength of ours as a team. Actually, I think we started to see signs of life from our power play here of late. We've scored a little bit more frequently, been all over the net. Today was not good. Had a chance to be good, obviously. 4 minutes in the third period, and we have some life and some momentum, and we're getting going. And it did nothing but sucked all the momentum and life right out of the hockey game, and really didn't have much of a chance after that.
Would it be fair to say you guys are leaning on your goaltenders a little too much?
No, it'd be unfair to say.
Rosen sat today with Nielsen drawing in. Is there plans of sort of employing a defensive rotation as the season goes on?
Yeah, that's been the plan, and that's worked for us for most of the season. It obviously hasn't worked for us here of late. It's tough to. Rosie's been, if not our best, and close to our best guy here in the last little while. And you start sitting a guy like that when you're maybe not as deep as you once were. It creates some challenges. So we're gonna have to look at that. We want to give our young people opportunities. Obviously, that's important. We also need to be making sure we're competitive every day too.
Brooks seemed really active today, maybe more so than in recent stretch. Just your impression of sort of where he's at now versus maybe the start of the year. Obviously, had mono and that kind of thing.
I thought he was really good. I thought he's been coming on here. Obviously, with Alton comes out of the lineup, and that opens up more opportunity, not just for the centers, but just for everybody, because you're kind of moving everyone around from there. And offensively, we've been challenged here of late, and we've been trailing, as I've said, and you've got to then sort of trust and hope that the young guys that have the talent and have the skill, like Brooks and Bracco, Marchment, and these guys can come through for you. It's a different type of approach when you're playing from behind. You just want to kind of get things going, and I think he's been able to benefit from that. It's good to see. I liked his game today.
As time goes on, Liljegren seems to be getting more, comfortable with the puck and such. What are your just overall thoughts on his game as of late?
I think he's done well. He's shown positive signs. There's times where he's showing his youth and showing his inexperience. That's a really old, even there are guys who haven't played a lot of time in the league. They're older people. So a young guy like him, it's challenging. It's hard minutes. He made a mistake on the first goal today to give up that breakaway, obviously. So those are the kind of things that come with being young. But overall, we've been really happy with him, and more important than his performance is just his approach every day, how he's worked, how he's embraced the coaching and all the work that we've asked him to be able to do off the ice. He's embraced all of that, and that's all part of the good process for him as a young guy.
Is there any sort of silver lining in maybe a lesson to these guys that, hey, you might have to play that team in the playoffs and we're not playing them well right now?
Well, I don't know if I would say we're not playing them well. I mean, we went out in Rochester last week and I thought dominated them through most of the hockey game and just couldn't score, but then scored late and won the game. And then we come in here and we're winning the game pretty handily all the way through, and then it falls apart on us late. We know any team you're going to play in the playoffs in this division is a very good hockey team. We've seen that. We're not the same team now, both from a personnel standpoint and just in terms of the confidence and the swagger that we've once had. So all of those things are factors, and we've got a time and an opportunity to get it sorted out. But there's always lessons when you're losing and things don't go your way. In fact, there's far more to learn going through that than there is when you're winning every day.
Anything behind the decision to start Pickard on the first game of the weekend opposed to Sparks?
Just his turn.